Hello and welcome to this week's Talking Film. We've eventually have, started doing an episode, even though it's been about now. Sorry about that. We've all been busy, and Nick's been struggling to find Wi-Fi connection.
After the last few weeks when we kept disconnecting, so I really wanted this one to be a good one. So let's not hope I jinx it. Let's hope I don't jinx it.
That's her. If for our regular viewers, the reason why we've got headphones on is because we've been having some technical problems. Well, I've been having some technical problems with my computer speakers, so I can't hear Nick I can't hear him at all. So these headphones are easier to understand than what he's saying. So it'd be a much smoother episode. So yeah, but glad for anybody's tuning in. My name's Daniel, and Nick's on the other side. And I think we should start to talk about, you're so fond about, Nick, so excited to talk about, Mary Poppins Returns. It's finally a thing now. It's out of development and they're heading towards production. Emily Blunt is the new Mary Poppins. We've got a title, Mary Poppins Returns, and it's scheduled for Christmas 2018. Nick, what are your thoughts?
I can't wait for Two Mary, Two Poppins, and Poppins Another Day, and all these great Mary Poppins movies. We're going to have a whole franchise. The Mary Poppins cinematic universe. Cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Poppins Another Day sounds like a cool tagline for the poster.
Hey, yeah. Call me Disney. I have all your ideas. Anyway, so yeah, no. Okay, I'm going to take this a bit more seriously though, because you know how much I do not approve of this idea. I'm kind of getting more on board with the whole fairy tale reboots kind of thing after the Jungle Book and after. I didn't see Cinderella, but you know they've all been fairly well received, except for maybe Alice in Wonderland and its sequel. So I'm kind of getting more on board with that. But the idea of actually making a sequel that's actually canon of Mary Poppins, like that's untouchable. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to make a sequel to what? Journey to the Center of the Earth. Wait, they did that. Wait. No. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred. It's like I can't even think of a comparison because they've actually already done everything.
James and the Giant Peach? That's a Disney movie. I don't think that'll get a sequel.
I'm trying to think of some like old. Well, so imagine if they tried to make like Citizen Kane 2. Everybody would lose their. I mean, what did I? Well, we might probably get to it in a sec, but I read this morning that they were going to make a sequel to I've forgotten, what was it?
The Passion of the Christ.
That one, yeah, that's the one. Don't know if we're going to talk about that, but I think, gosh, really, they should just leave single standalone movies as standalone movies. The difference, I guess, with Mary Poppins is that there is actually more than one book, and there is more material to base stuff on, but it's too late. If they were going to do that, they should have done that with Julie Andrews 40 years ago, not now. So I'm not on board. I don't care who they cast again. Sorry,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yeah. Emily Blunt's amazing. Yeah, Emily Blunt's amazing.
She is. And she actually, I've seen some like photoshopped photos of her face on like Julie Andrews. She actually looks pretty legit. She actually looks like a young Julie Andrews when she did Mary Poppins back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, so, I'm sure they can. Like, they're going to make Harrison Ford young again with some other actor. They're going to make Mary Poppins young again. I don't know. It's just, I just don't think there's a certain tone to Mary Poppins that I just don't think can be emulated in this decade or with this style of movie making. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like Oz the Great and Powerful. That's what it's gonna be like. Because like obviously they tried yeah,
but Oz the Great and Powerful was such a big misstep. It wasn't even a musical, and doing like a prequel based on a well-beloved musical classic fantasy.
I'm talking about visually. I don't think they can emulate the style of Mary Poppins. They can't anyway. I don't think it would make as much money if they did the mix of 2D animation and live action that they did in that particular musical. That was a massive hit back in the day, but it was a product of its time.
Yeah, it would be so cool if they
there's-
did do that. Just traditional animation.
Oh, it would be amazing if they
dancing.
could make
That would
it
be
actually like
great.
I would forgive the not being Julie Andrews and the original cast for the fact that they managed to maintain that style, but I find that so unlikely that I don't think it's a good idea. And so there is not just me dropping the mic and walking away and being like, I don't want to watch this. I actually do think this is Disney's worst idea.
Wow. Well, I'm on the other boat. I'm actually pretty excited for this. I haven't even seen the movie.
Actually, I should have known.
I will. I haven't seen the movie, but I will before I see this one for sure. But I've seen the musical Broadway play, so
You haven't seen the movie?
No, but I've seen the musical, so I know the story of Mary Poppins quite well. And Saving Mr. Banks. I've seen that as well. But I'm pretty excited. I think they got a great actress, and it's also done by the Into the Woods team, and they've also got Rob Marshall, who did direct Into the Woods. So I'm feeling quite optimistic. I'm pretty excited for this sequel reboot type movie we're getting from Disney. I don't think it's the worst idea because they can't. I mean, they can like anything is better than what they announced for Alice Through the Looking Glass. So
okay, you got me there.
It's not the worst.
I agree.
Idea from Disney.
And I guess you have a point. Disney does seem to be making very good movies lately, in general, compared to the rest of the other studios. Compared to the other studios, it's doing. There's more good movies than bad movies, and so I think that maybe we should trust them. But I also think that they're running out of ideas. They're making good of bad ideas, but they still don't have any great ideas.
Yeah, but I do feel like Disney's going to try to at least put as much passion and care into this film. I don't think they want to just put something out just because then it's an established name that people have so much care for their childhood and nostalgia for it. I'm pretty sure Disney will put some care, like they did with the Star Wars Force Awakens.
Yeah, probably, but Saving Mr. Banks now seems like a precursor to make this happen.
Probably, and that's a good movie as well. And they put so much care into that project as well.
It's not a fantastic movie. It's an okay movie.
My God. Moving on, we have talking sort of Disney-ish, I guess, not really. But we got John Boyega now cast in Pacific Rim 2.
Yes, now here's some news I can get behind. Yes, this is good. He's a great actor, and I loved the first Pacific Rim. So the second one with him in it just makes me so much more excited. I'm still a little bit disappointed that they lost the director. They lost Del Toro, but I'm sure that it's DeKnight now, isn't it? Stephen S. DeKnight.
I think so. Yeah.
Daredevil, and he's fantastic too. So I don't think that we'll lose too much. Like the style will change. I don't think it'll be any worse. Like it won't. I don't think it'll be worse than the first movie. But
well, the first movie's good. I would love to at least top themselves, or at least still be a good, entertaining sequel. I don't want them to go the Transformers route, and it's just too much of the action and not enough of the character. Because there was some character, I just want them to grow it more in the sequel.
Definitely.
But John Boyega, I'm really excited to see. Out of all the Star Wars newbies, I'm really excited to see what Daisy Ridley and John Boyega bring to other films, because Star Wars is sort of their. I think John Boyega was like Attack the Block or something before. Yeah. I think that was his other successful film, but it'll be exciting to see what else they bring to these other films. Just because I know what's his name? Who plays Poe Dameron? I forgot his name.
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah, I've already seen like Ex Machina and Sucker Punch, but I understand how capable of an actor he is, unlike the other two. So I'm really excited to see what John Boyega brings. And I think he's cast as Idris Elba's son. I think. Yeah,
That would be cool.
it would be cool.
Well,
I have to watch
I wonder if they're setting the time span like even further into the future, like another 20 years or something.
I have to watch the movie back, but doesn't he like adopt like someone? I don't know. I can't remember. Doesn't he have like a adoptive daughter or something?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
He does. Yeah, that's one of the main characters.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't know where like the secretive son or something plays into it. I have to watch the movie back again.
I know, especially after Idris Elba's fate at the end of the first one.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, spoiler. I didn't specifically say what happened to him. I just said that it's a very, very interesting. Yeah. 4-year-old spoiler alert. 3 years or whatever it's been.
But we can all say that this I feel like this announcement has given me more excitement for this sequel now.
Oh yeah, I do think before we move on, Star Wars has historically been a hard franchise to move on from for new actors. Like normally they have trouble finding more roles if they haven't been established. Oscar Isaac's kind of been established already. Like he had a couple of movies beforehand where he got a lot of critical acclaim. But Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, it's basically their first thing. Just Mark Hamill, even he's Luke Skywalker, yet he couldn't get parts. The only exception, obviously, is Harrison Ford. He managed to go a little bit more successful than when he was in Star Wars, just a bit. And and also Ewan McGregor as well managed to escape. But Hayden Christensen got lost in the sea of failed newbies, kind of, and so I'm hoping that John Boyega and Daisy Ridley can break that cycle, and this is a good sign. Yeah, I hope so too, because they definitely feel like they're a very talented bunch, and I would like to see what they can bring for other films. Exactly.
Have you seen the Beauty and the Beast teaser trailer?
I have, in fact, yes. Surprise!
The trailer that broke the internet. Well, not really break the internet, but
I'm a bit surprised by it breaking the internet.
It holds the record for the most viewed trailer in a single day, beating Star Wars: The Force Awakens 91 views ago. Yeah,
well,
it did.
There you go. See, this cashing in on 90s nostalgia is winning. It's working. That's what it is. Everybody is like, obviously everybody grew up with Beauty and the Beast. Everybody is probably didn't know that. Maybe they knew this was happening. I think Emma Watson has a huge role in that popularity too. By the way, like she has such a massive social media following on both Twitter and Facebook, and she's basically I feel like anyone could be cast in this, and then they would still be just because it's Beauty and the Beast live action. Oh yeah, that definitely. There's a few. I think there's a number of factors but I do think it wouldn't have got as big as it was if it wasn't Emma Watson. Yeah. She's pretty popular. She's super popular. She's a social media goddess. What do you think of the trailer? The trailer itself, I thought, it was just a teaser. I mean, there's not really much to go on. I don't know why it's so. We saw different locations. We saw a door open, and we saw the Enchanted Rose. Yeah, I mean, definitely. It managed to really keep with the tone, and I think it's in the vein of Cinderella and the Jungle Book before it. It's also managing to keep the original spirit of the animated film, and you can really tell that with the tone of the teaser trailer. I think that's what hooks people. I think it's a really well made teaser because it really does. It's like you're returning to this world. It's you're back in your childhood, like when you're 5 years old, sitting in front of Beauty and the Beast and watching it the first time, and it's putting you back in that position. Yeah, it's re-inviting people to this world based on these locations. God, the score was amazing. Oh yeah. Oh well, it has to be. These movies have to be because they're based on movies that had amazing scores. Beauty and the Beast has a lot riding on it though, because it is considered Disney's best animated film by most, like by most people, like critics, like professional critics. It is considered their best film. So yeah, well, hopefully it lives up to that. But based on this teaser trailer, they definitely realize how much of a reputation it's got, and they're treating it with care.
Well, yeah, Disney knows that. They know a lot of their animated films have so much.
Disney knows their animated films, which is surprising. They really shouldn't. For Hollywood studios normally don't know anything about their fans, but Disney does.
Yeah, they're good at what they're doing at the moment. Also, I don't know if we were going to talk about it, but also Star Wars Rogue One is beginning some reshoots. Although apparently, all films go. All films go through reshoots, but apparently, from what I've heard, 40% of the movie needs to be reshot. That's a high number.
It's interesting. I read somewhere, and I hope this is not true, that executives saw the film and they said they want it to be more in line with the tone of previous Star Wars movies and less of a war film.
Why?
And I just don't. I've heard conflicting reports. And then I heard, and just this morning, Mads Mikkelsen said that nothing. That it's still the same movie. And then I read somewhere else that they're just reshooting a couple of scenes to make them better. I've heard so many different things. And then I heard that there was another director, was it Christopher McQuarrie, coming on and doing rewrites and taking a bit of creative control away from. I think he said he's not doing any direction. That was
he's
debunked.
Not directing it.
Yeah, that was debunked. Yeah. And it's just been this controversy because there's been all these different reports and nobody really knows what's happening. All we can do is hope that the final product is the best Rogue One movie they can make.
Yeah, it's funny how we're talking about Disney knows its fans, and yet when it comes to Star Wars, they have had like a press release stating all these things just to make a bit more clearer what's going on, because it's been blown up.
I don't think it's about the tone. I think that's a mistake. I think it's probably got something to do with the quality control. I think it's the quality control. I really it is a little bit worrying. It means that they didn't test well with audiences originally. But it's the only explanation. As we said, Disney knows its fans, so they want to make the best Rogue One they can. So I'm sure these reshoots are aimed to improve the film rather than change it, in a negative way.
Yeah, I hope so, because I wasn't a big fan of that teaser trailer they released.
I really like
these reshoots are good.
Anyway.
Moving on, Maze Runner: The Death Cure moves to January 2018.
Well, at least it's still happening.
Yeah, I'm at least happy that we're going to get a conclusion to this trilogy. Yeah. Because after the second one, it's sort of like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly.
But just knowing the events of what happened, I can't remember, what's his name? Dylan O'Brien. Yeah, I do feel sorry that he had to go through that, but hopefully I'm glad he's recovering.
Yeah, hopefully he's recovering.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have set the release date, and I feel like they've pushed it back that long by delaying it a whole year.
Yeah,
just for him to recover, because it sounds like production's not going to get back into probably at least, at best, probably May or June next year.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll affect the casting stuff.
Oh yeah, they're going to have to renegotiate casting schedules and all that. That's another one as well.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Because he's on Teen Wolf, so they're also going to have to figure that TV schedule out with him as well. So
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to work out. And the funny thing is, though, when it finally does come out, that the jump in age between Maze Runner 2 and Maze Runner 3 with all the main characters is going to be huge compared to Maze Runner 1 and 2.
I don't think it's going to be that bad because they have shot some parts of this movie already.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't think it's going to be that bad. I feel like, for at least Fox-wise, because the Maze Runner 2, while it was still really it was still successful financially, not as much as the first one, but still made over $300 million. I feel like since it was already in a decline, between the second movie and now the third one, there's going to be a whole 2 years.
I know.
And that's probably going to worry Fox
That's
for
a
marketing
concern.
reasons.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why they're moving it to January, probably.
It's still only one film, and there's no if that one flops, there's no sequel anyway. So to just
it's not like Divergent. But
yeah.
the third one hasn't done that well, and they're gonna have to figure out how to do the fourth one for the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe not, because people have reported this story a lot about Maze Runner. Maybe there'll still be interest by then, but the demographics is sort of skewed to teens, early 20s sort of for this, so they probably might not even care about by then. But I'm still pretty optimistic to see at least how it all ends for the Maze Runner, because I've liked the franchise so far for what they've brought out.
I have quite enjoyed.
Definitely a lot better than Divergent. Yeah. A lot better than Divergent, because I've originally had one sort of good film. The others haven't been that good compared to Maze Runner. The next story is that apparently Disney thinks that The Little Mermaid isn't the only mermaid movie they want to, in development, because apparently Splash Remake is in the works.
What is
apparently,
that?
You've never heard of Splash before?
No, I've never heard of Splash. What's Splash?
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Well, Splash was a film that was released in, I believe it was 1982, or at least the early 80s, right? And it stars Daryl Hannah.
That was a good year.
And Tom Hanks. It was actually one of Tom Hanks' early films. And it's also Ron Howard's first film he directed after Happy Days.
They really they reach back into their catalog, and they're just like, wow, they've got so many movies. They just never run out of movies.
Yep. And it's about a mermaid who rescues Tom Hanks at a young age, and then they sort of rediscover one another and fall in love. And sort of like a fish out of water romance story.
Yeah, okay.
It's a fun movie.
Okay. I've never seen it.
Movie.
I'll have to pick it up.
But apparently a remake's in the works, and apparently there's some sort of twist or something to the story, which people are saying that it's probably going to be maybe a merman or something like that. But yeah, this is sort of a film where, like the Mary Poppins, I feel like this should not happen, because I feel like some of the strength to that movie is the cast, because it's sort of a story it's basically a rom-com.
Yeah, that's the problem with remaking stuff, is because you lose you have to change the cast, and the new cast has to live up to the old cast, and so that's can you imagine if they ever remake Back to the Future one day? Can you imagine a different cast doing that? Or if they I always love to joke about that because you love Back to the Future so much. I always love to tempt fate and be like, Back to the Future 4.
No, I don't want that. Or a remake. No.
Yeah.
But they'll say, oh, but twist. It's now Doc Brown's story of time traveling without Money McFly.
Oh yeah, exactly. or the story told from the perspective of the parents.
Well, apparently that's also an idea they're throwing out in the Splash remake. Instead of the point of view, which was basically Tom Hanks's character, apparently it's going to be from I think her name's Madison, the mermaid's perspective viewpoint, or something like that. I don't know. I feel
it's a little bit too similar to Little Mermaid, though.
Yeah, but apparently maybe they can remake it because it isn't a like such a beloved film, because you didn't even knew it even existed.
No, I didn't know it existed. No, I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I'll hand over my cinephile card right now. All right. Bye.
So yeah, maybe they can get away with this remake. It's not gonna be like as hatred as like Ghostbusters or anything like that. So maybe they can get away with doing the remake. But for people who have seen it, I don't feel like a remake's even that necessary. Just focus on doing another property based on mermaids or mermans or whatever. Don't have. It's just I feel like what's the point of having the splash name? It's not even a big brand to begin with.
Hollywood needs more original ideas. I know that's been said enough, but like they don't need to be even fully original. It's just they stop remaking stuff. Just, if you want to make a mermaid movie, come up with an original concept for a mermaid movie. Like there's plenty of different mermaid stories possible to be told, not just the Little Mermaid and Splash. They're not the only two mermaid stories possible. So, I just feel like they can take their existing bad ideas. I know they're not bad, but they could be better, and they can twist them into something original, and therefore, and it would just rejuvenate the Hollywood output, I guess. If they just it's like with the Ocean's 11 thing, with the female Ocean's 11, don't do it. Do something like Ocean's 11, call it something completely different, but have like a female heist movie. Like you can do that. You can make an original female heist movie.
Yeah, I've actually heard they've actually changed their title, Nick. It's not Ocean's 11 anymore. I can't remember the title, but they're not calling it that anymore. But they're still going on with that remake.
Right, so it's still technically the remake though. So I think they could do something more original than that. Anyway, I digress.
Nick,
anything else?
Hey Nick.
Yes.
Nick, do you love Fruit Ninja?
Oh my God, Fruit Ninja is my favorite video game of all time.
Okay, well we can talk about that video game, or we can talk about the live-action movie that's in the works.
Oh, stop!
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's my dream come true. When's it come out? I'm lining up. I'm buying my ticket. Can I buy my ticket now?
There's no date yet.
Take my money.
It's just going to be a live-action movie based on the popular mobile game.
Yeah, it's Australian. Invented it, right? Australian came up with the idea.
I don't know. I've heard the title. I haven't even played before, but I've heard about it. But yeah, this is just joining the ranks of like the Tetris trilogy, and what else is basically happening? Angry Birds, I guess, sort of.
Yeah. This is the new trend, but thankfully Disney's not doing these. Disney's got so much of its own. This is the problem with Disney owning half of the intellectual properties of Hollywood, is that the rest of the studios have to grasp at straws like Fruit Ninja, or grasp at fruits.
Yeah, I don't know how maybe there's gonna be like ninjas, and then they have to like evil fruits or something.
Oh, I saw something like that once.
I'm just trying to put some sort of narrative.
I watched something that involved ninjas.
Really?
Once. Yeah, it was like a short film.
Oh.
Anyway.
That's like the biggest inside joke there is.
Cool. Anyway, so is that the? Oh yeah, so that's pretty cool. But I don't know. Live action seems like a weird way to go. I would assume it would be animated. Would be a better way to do Fruit Ninja, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Tetris is a live action trilogy, so we'll see how these films turn out.
For the Tetris live action trilogy. Amazing.
Garfield's coming back to the big screen. Is going to be an animated Garfield movie. It's in development.
Oh, maybe that's better. I think animated suits Garfield better, but I don't know.
I wonder if they can sort of persuade Bill Murray.
I'm not a huge fan of Garfield.
To voice him again. Yeah, I haven't been that big a fan of him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of the cat. I do like lasagna though, and he does like lasagna, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you hate Mondays?
Yeah. Well, everybody hates Mondays, don't they?
I don't know. Mondays are pretty alright.
Mondays.
I hate Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are worse than Mondays.
Because you're halfway through the week.
Yeah.
And you're just you've already had 2 days, you're in your third one, you're like,
we should invent our own comic about a dog that hates Wednesdays.
And then we could have the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Garfield.
All right. Next episode, we'll come up with a name for our dog that hates Mondays, Wednesdays. Yeah. Next episode. Stay tuned.
You actually just draw it and do like a comic and stick it on the Facebook page.
Yeah. That should be a new feature. A new weekly feature is our weekly comic. I'm sure all the film fans would love that, actually. But I don't know if we've got time in our busy schedules to do that.
I don't know. And he's secretly a ninja that hates fruit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we have left. Unless you want news, I don't think we can really establish it. But we've got like Dwayne Johnson is the star in a Doc Savage film. We've got Passion of the Christ sequel. We've got Jake Gyllenhaal to star in a video game movie called The Division. But I don't think we can really establish on them because we haven't really. I don't think we're a fan of the games or the source material or anything like that. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Like our Facebook page if you already haven't at facebook.com/everythingfilm, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you. We'll hopefully be back in next 2 weeks. We're sort of busy with like work schedule and stuff like that. We're all over the place. Okay, this is the first time we're doing on. This is the first time we're doing on a Saturday. It's only done yet, so we maybe will be back in 2 weeks on a Sunday.
So maybe
7 days.
Actually, we have no idea, but that makes it more fun and exciting when it's unpredictable like that. So
yeah, so we do apologize for this crazy, because usually we just kept it to like a Wednesday or a Friday or something like that. Yeah. It's just very rarely we go to different days. But yeah, so sorry we all over the place. But but thank you for tuning in. Until next time, bye from now.
Till next time.